Welcome to 7shifts Academy, guided lessons for restaurant workers, owners, and operators to get the knowledge they need to grow their businesses and succeed in their careers. 7shifts is scheduling software made to simplify labor management, one shift at a time. We help restaurants improve performance, freeing up time for managers to focus on serving their customers. In this video, we're going to talk about why restaurants should create a comprehensive staff training manual. We'll also go through how to create one for your restaurant. Having a training manual is extremely important for one reason: turnover. The restaurant industry has a reputation for high staff turnover. Staff turnover eats into your profitability and wastes a considerable amount of a manager's time. The more staff you have to replace, the more money you have to spend on recruitment, and the more time you have to spend interviewing and training. This takes your attention away from your core management responsibilities. Plus, a continuous stream of new, untrained staff can lead to mistakes and poor guest service. In order to help new staff learn the ropes, you need to create a comprehensive restaurant staff training manual. It will be everyone's, both new and existing employees, guide for instructions, processes, and all the answers to common questions. It'll also be a great reference point to ensure all staff feel engaged and supported. Providing a training manual to new staff also suggests you take their role and career development seriously. By including them in your vision for the restaurant and providing tips on how they can improve their own food service skills, you're putting trust and responsibility in their hands from day one. That sense of ownership is a key part of a person's job satisfaction. So let's go through a list of things your training manual should have in it and the reasons why all of these sections are important. So let's get started. You should start your manual off with a restaurant overview. Whether you're running an independent restaurant or you're a part of a franchise, you have a unique story to tell. Capture your staff's hearts and minds with the passion you have for your work. Talk about your restaurant's mission statement and core values and why they should be excited to work there. The opening overview section of your training guide should include your mission statement and what it means to staff, your vision for the restaurant and how you will achieve it together, a description of your average customer. Giving new staff an insight into who to expect allows them to do their own thinking, incorporate their own personalities into their work, and bring something fresh to the table. A description of your work culture. Here's where you get to show your empathetic and supportive side. New team members will appreciate this, and it will help get your relationship started on the right foot. And finally, the overview section should include generic restaurant information, including its address, directions to the location, public transport routes, phone number, URLs, and more. Since this section is all about your restaurant and a little bit about you as an owner or manager, it's crucial you make it sound human. You don't want to preach to them. Instead, make it positive and inclusive. Let your new employees know that you're all on a journey together and that you can't do it without their help. Including your staff in your vision shows you appreciate their work and care about their career development. They'll see you as a human, not just another boss. The restaurant overview is your opportunity to get everyone pumped up about being a part of your team. Second, your training manual should include all of your restaurant's job guidelines and procedures. Once you've built some excitement and inspiration in your overview section, it's time to get into the details of your new employees' roles and responsibilities. Again, make this section as human-sounding as possible. Avoid dictating tasks and using complex jargon, and make every role sound like it's an essential part in the operation. Let employees in different positions know how they will all rely on each other, working together for a larger common goal. Break down roles and responsibilities by teams. So, you'll have a server training manual, as well as one for bartenders and kitchen staff. This section is where you should set your expectations too, highlighting your service standards, dress code, and little hacks to avoid any mistakes and keep the wheels turning smoothly. Let's recap some of the things this section should include. It should lay out responsibilities for each department. Be as detailed as possible without sounding preachy. Write your training guide in the same language you would use if you were coaching them in person. It should communicate your dress code rules and expectations. It should lay out all your rules and procedures for kitchen safety, including cleaning and sanitizing instructions. And finally, it should include health guidelines. To help monitor your employees' health and get real-time updates, we created a new feature that's available free for all 7shifts users. It lets you monitor everyone's health and get real-time updates if someone fails a health check. The Guidelines and Procedures section will be even more effective if you can make it as visual as possible. A map or flow of your restaurant's process is much more engaging and memorable than an endless list of tasks. Better yet, create video content that you can share with new staff digitally. Video paints a more detailed picture, and it gives you the opportunity to include staff members in its production, which will enhance the human aspect of your training. Another great thing about video content is that employees can review it whenever they need to on their own smartphones or devices. Third, you should have a section on COVID-19 health and safety. We're living in a new reality thanks to the COVID-19 epidemic. As restaurants reopen, there will be a huge influx of new team members joining your team, so a dedicated COVID section is essential for the safety of all your staff and customers. A recent study from Bento Box found that 78% of customers said the biggest red flag for not returning to a restaurant was the health status of restaurant employees. Ensure everyone's safety by taking extra precautions. By properly training staff members, you'll help avoid more costly closures. Here are some things you should include in your COVID-19 section. Resources illustrating government hygiene standards and best practices. Information on what to do in certain situations. For example, if a staff member is feeling unwell, or if a customer or staff member tests positive for the coronavirus, or if contact tracing becomes necessary. Tips for effective health-related communication between staff and customers. Fourth, you should include how-to guides for all the technology your restaurant uses. An activity or piece of technology that's second nature to you may be completely alien to your new hires. So make sure you create in-depth documentation on how to use your POS systems, ordering apps, employee scheduling software, and other systems you have in place. While you can't watch over everybody's shoulder while they figure things out, keeping these documents next to your POS systems will significantly speed up training and reduce costly errors. Here are some things to include in your technology section. Detailed instructions on how to use the POS system. Include information about how to edit and delete orders, amend bills, communicate with the kitchen, and other useful tips. A guide to your shift scheduling procedures. Let them know how to communicate with management to request, swap, and cancel shifts. And finally, and this is very important, this section should include best practices and procedures for handling online orders. The fifth section in your training manual should include information about your customers. Your restaurant will attract a certain demographic of customers who have their own unique sets of expectations. The more detailed insights you can provide about your customers, their behavior, and their overall vibe, the faster your new team members will adapt to their roles. It will also help them overcome issues and obstacles with greater assurance. Here are some things to include in your customer information section. Create a guest profile. Include average age, party size, reason for visit, average spend, customer service expectations, and potential challenges. Provide tips and information about how to respond to and deal with difficult customers. Include restaurant policies that customers are expected to follow. Provide some real-life scenarios or examples so new hires can see your practices in action. For example, provide a story about how a particularly difficult customer was handled. In this section, it's a good idea to include a test or quiz so new hires fully absorb and understand this information. The sixth section in your training manual should be a customer service guide. Your restaurant's perfect location and unique menu mean nothing if your service is below par. Customer service is arguably the most important aspect of your restaurant, and your server training manual sets the standard of service your staff will provide. Even before a new team member's training begins, you can set simple tasks that will help them understand customer expectations. Get them to read through your reviews on Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor, and OpenTable. It'll provide a glimpse into the people they'll be serving, and there'll be some useful do's and don'ts in there that they can take into their first shift. It takes on average 2 to 3 months to hire and train new staff. That's a considerable time frame that could result in bad service and a loss of repeat business along the way. The time between losing an experienced team member and training someone new is yet another reason why lowering your staff turnover should be at the top of your to-do list. Here are some things to include in your customer service section. Spell out your service standards. Include table setting, taking orders, serving food, clearing tables, and other key duties. Give clear guidelines about customer communication. Include server scripts on how to communicate deals, upsell items, explain dishes, and show them how to handle unhappy customers. Teach new hires how to make every customer's dining experience an 11. This could include tips on positivity, body language, helping customers celebrate occasions, and how to enhance the customer experience in general. Give tips on how employees can continuously improve their performance. Encourage employees to visit other restaurants to see how they do things and see what ideas they can pick up to improve their own service. And remember, customer service is an attitude as well as a skill. Food service skills can be taught. Remember, when you're interviewing new staff, be sure to look for a positive attitude and a passion for doing great work. The seventh section of your manual should lay out expectations and procedures for working the closing shift. We've all been there, waving goodbye to the last customer and hoping we'll be following them out of the door very soon. But that's always a pipe dream because there are always many closing tasks that need to be completed. Your staff should understand that their shift only ends when everything is in place for tomorrow's shift to start. Create a clear checklist of tasks with designated roles for each person. And be sure to emphasize the importance of teamwork so you can all get out of there sooner. And finally, include some heartfelt and sincere closing acknowledgements. Start by thanking them for their time and commitment to reading and learning your training manual. Like you did when they signed their contract and other health and safety guidelines, you should request their signature to confirm they have read, understood, and acknowledged their training and expectations. You should also include a test or quiz. Whether you administer it when they finish the manual or complete their full training is up to you. It's a great way to reinforce your expectations and ensure everyone keeps referring to the manual for constant training and improvement. Anyone can create a test or questionnaire with Google Forms. Think of all the questions and tasks new staff will need to know. Answers on the test can be multiple choice or written. Send it out to them and make sure they complete it before or after their first shift. Once the tests are complete, you'll get all the answers in an organized spreadsheet. And finally, close the document with a message written by you. Tell them you're grateful to have them on board, that you're excited about where the restaurant is going, and that you can't do it without them. Make your staff part of your restaurant rather than just your workers. Share your vision and success with them, and they'll stick with you. Thank you for watching. Please check the video description for free staff training manual templates and a link to more resources.